Hi, I'm August Keller, and this is my review of Bring Her Back. So, Bring Her Back I found to be very patient and is very much fueled by drama first. There is a plot and there are themes, but the drama is really the driving force of this story. So, some of the themes involve family, trauma, manipulation, and grief, and they're all unpacked very naturally because they kind of follow that drama. It's kind of almost like a byproduct. It feels very sincere. And, there's a lot of motivated internal conflicts. Every character has some kind of internal conflict, every core character. And that all kind of develops into satisfying arcs from all the main characters. There's like a trio of main characters, and they're all very well developed, I think. Even though there's some supernatural elements, this is a horror movie. The emotions are very grounded. It's all very relatable. There's a heartfelt sibling relationship that really kind of anchors the story and really reinforces stakes. So whenever there's something at stake, it's really heightened because we as an audience care about that relationship, because that relationship is so strong. The acting I found very impressive because it's both, at least one performance is both despicable and sympathetic at once. That's an interesting combination. Really, almost impossible combination to pull off, but there's a character that does it. So yeah, there's a lot of range, like with intensity. The intensity can be very internal or it can be very like outbursty. There's a lot of chemistry, a range of vulnerability where again it's like internal and like you can feel it under the surface, or it's just erupting out like with tears. There's a lot of layers, of course, and there's a good amount of physicality too. So yeah, some might find certain aspects unrefined. I think one of the characters could be considered a little underdeveloped, one of the trio. Some of the supernatural elements, they don't explain it a lot, but I actually found that to be a positive because it's really painless, this blend of setup payoff. There's a good amount of motifs, and there's a minimal exposition. So, and that all comes together in a high concept. So Bring Her Back creates a spectrum of investment. Technically, Bring Her Back evokes vivid tension via tone and style. The cinematography utilizes composition that's both beautiful and intimate. It's very subjective. There's a lot of shallow focus, a lot of angle changes, barriers that reflect how the characters are feeling. So it's pleasing to see, but also conveying meaning. The editing, I think some could consider it repetitive. The story does kind of sag in the middle, but that's offset with a lot of suspense, a lot of intercuts, match cuts, inserts, and pace shifts. So it'll like ramp up intensity with the cutting. The sound I found very subjective. Almost every distortion in the book, whether it's muting or muffling, emphasis, it's all very subjective, and it really heightens the psychology of the characters, which again, it's very potent how it does that. It's almost constant how the sound design is proactive. Though not particularly noticeable, I found the music very atmospheric and it supports the mood. The production design conveys a lot of symbols, water, circles, and also the setting is very distinct. They're in a house, and the house almost has a personality of its own. The cast has limited fame, but there's good representation, and I think Sally Hawkins, they really play on her type really well, where it's like it both fits into her type and also is against type at once. So she was a great casting choice, I think. The effects are very practical, a lot of like prosthetics and makeup, so that makes for like very visceral bursts of violence that I definitely felt and reacted to in the theater. So yeah, overall, Bring Her Back is very potent in both tragedy and terror. I think it hits every mark it's aiming for. It's a very contained story, but effective. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that. If you like what I'm doing here, please feel free to like and subscribe. I also have an Instagram linked in the description. I'd love support there or here. Whatever you can do, I appreciate. But at the very least, I appreciate you watching. And I'll see you next time. Okay, thanks.